Welcome back to the Hellcase Cup. We're getting quickly into our second map here between TKA and Navi Junior here. The CT forces will start things off in the German core. Navi, however, have won that opening map of Inferno and look to 2-0 TKA here in this best of three.
Well, they certainly have an opportunity of it, considering we've seen them play Dust2. This is their third time that they've played Dust2 for Navi Junior in the open qualifiers. But the set piece coming out to the A bomb side, dropping two players into the CT position. The gunfights, though, going in way of the CTs so far, as it's going to be the Ts to try and bring it back. Still yet to get the bomb planted as well, but they need to clear out the bomb site.
Orbit jump facing on the Kelly spot. Topa's going to be left alone to try and see if he can get the bomb plant from a passive position on short initially going back towards Goose. Kills coming in for the CTs. They maintain the man advantage in the 3v2 retake now. P250s are up for Kapacho. He needs to land those headshots. He's not ready. But the two CTs on opposite ends of the map. Again, well communicated for TKA on that retake. And 3 kills for Orbit from the CT face. They managed to get themselves a pistol on the board at the CT side.
And there we go for TKA. Good response from losing that opening map in the best of 3, starting things off on Dust2. And, you know, we've said it before, Dust2 is one of those maps that has always got a very strong upset potential. And for me, at least, it's once we get into these gun rounds, I'm looking at the AWP of Knoxville really stepping up. But the force buy actually comes down. So the bomb plant comes through for Navi Junior in the pistol, and they're able to get a couple of AKs out pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, rifles coming in for Navi Junior off the back of that bomb plant. Not too surprising considering how we've seen the buy strategy of this team sort of progress over the last couple of days. Let's see if these AKs could potentially just overwhelm TKA and actually get the quick steal round. And now it's just the SMGs from Knoxville taking that first contact. And Kerry's going to take a fight against Rapala. And why should they lose it out? Not take the kill for the CT side just yet, but the damage is mounting up here against Navi.
I get a little bit of information to the short face and quite deep in the mid presence. Oh, I love this position coming out for Rapala. And it just comes down to timing. They're actually not going to continue aggression. I thought for the T side they were going to continue their aggression, but the MP9 swings out at a perfect time. There's a lot of information given up. But what? Okay, classic Navi Junior, isn't it?
SMG from Leftie needs to get all these kills down here. The upper tunnels will spot one, spray through towards the second, but unable to deal with Gospadarov. So it's all left to Orbit on the A site rotation. He will not get to B to deny the bomb plant here. They relied a lot on that SMG, doing a ton of damage, and all in all the SMGs actually managed to get a lot of damage done in general for TKA. But Orbit left with the FAMAS to do the rest of it. Spawning out Gos, but it will be unable to get the kill for it. AKs remain in play. Navi Junior with the return force buy. There you go. Not too surprising again.
That's ridiculous. The fact that they get so many kills, they get, what, 3 kills in the matter of less than 5 seconds. And TKA just crumbling apart in the mid phase. Navi Junior just using their raw abilities. Yes, we did see a couple of nice kills come out from the MP9s. But all in all, a fantastic recovery from Navi Junior after losing the pistol round. This could be an interesting angle for Leftie. Can't quite connect onto the kill, though.
Deagle shots connecting from Rapala, or missing from Rapala. Molotov's out from the short position as they look for short control here from Navi Junior. Of course, the force buys. We'll see Deagles coming in. The scouts out. Knoxville and Leftie. Taps up, good kill for one, not for the second, and Orbit's fallen away, so we can't find the return frag and a 2-for-1 overall to the CT side. 3 players wrapping over towards the A site, and Navi Junior have got this bomb on short, but they haven't committed their entire execution to the A site just yet.
Look, at the moment, TKA in a really good position, having a stack over at the A bomb site. Short smoke coming out for the Ts. Looks like the commitment's going to follow through suit as well. They might even try and get a player through that CT spawn area. The flashbangs are perfect to try and force some of the CTs back further, but they're here in numbers.
Oh, and Bonga lands a beautiful headshot on Goss. Got Bit and Kapacho. Knoxville lands that scout shot as well. Bit is going to have to fight his way out of a very sticky situation. Seeing 2 more players back towards long. Smoke will go up to buy themselves cover. Topa will go for the bomb plant here on the short position. It'll be a 3v2 retake for TKA, and they're backing up pretty passive, waiting for Leftie to get the position.
And they're buying some time as well. You would have seen the scout shot coming through. They know the short presence as well from Bit. TKA, they are very slow on this retake at the moment, trying to take as many long-range fights as they can, but the T side leaves it all down to Bit. A 1 versus 1, and Knoxville's got to get his way onto the site and as quickly as he can. Bit so low at just 18 HP, the swing comes out, and Bit is able to win it. 4K coming out for the youngster, and Navi Junior, again, that is a very close round from TKA.
Just 18 HP for Bit on that 4th frag, worn down piece by piece for the TKA side, but their passiveness overall cost them massively there on the CT retake. They're going to go for a bit of a weird half by force by sort of investment here on round 4, actually. I mean, it's not as coordinated as some players plus 1,000, but some investment coming out such as $50 for Rapala. Kapacho will take out Orbit for the start here. This could be a 4-1 scoreline for Navi Juniors to kick things off, but Kapacho will ensure that's going to be a confident stance to take. 2K for him out of the longhouse position. Long presence taken away from the CT side. Rapala might go ahead and challenge for it again, but this Deagle's got to do some absolute work. He'll just get tag damage and nothing else.
Yeah, look, it was a bit of a weird state for the economy for TKA. So for a few of the players, it would have been double eco from them. So that's why we're seeing sort of like some deep investments on a couple of the players. So for TKA, we're not going to see a buy round coming into the next. But for Navi Junior, that's going to allow them to be able to pick up their 3rd. Not a single player going down yet. And really, they don't need to hunt Leftie. The economy state is not that strong for the T side. It's not too important to take down the scout as well. We saw a couple of rounds that TKA actually, when they were on the T side, weren't hunting down any of the remaining CTs. But on Dust2, the one thing that scares me the most is with Navi Junior starting up on the T side, Jay, is that I feel like they could just kind of start to run away with it if they get some momentum. Once this next gun round comes through, if Navi Junior are able to convert that, their lead can just spiral out of control.
3-1 right now for this junior side, and TKA are letting it spiral out of control with their buy strategy. Obviously, they've got to go for an eco here. If they go for another force-up, that'll leave them on absolutely nothing to work with going into round 6. And they need some rifle rounds on the board. It's been very, very late on this rifle investment. A mid-stack coming out from the CTs, and Kerry's going to see it and just tap his way on towards the kills. Topa also their support from the longhouse. Does go falling, but gets a 2K of his own. It does get cleaned up by the CT forces, or T-side forces, I should say. And that round taken about, what, like, 15, 16 seconds or so. Easy
Wasn't a lot.
TKA. No.
Yeah.
Double ops up to come in the buy, though, again. This is the main focus for the CT force.
And this is a good decision coming out from TKA. We haven't seen the double AWP presence come out from either side. If you guys do want to get involved, make sure you're using SLTV for code for Hellcase. Being able to, SLTV 15 to get a 15% refill bonus to get involved with Hellcase.com. And at the moment for TKA, I feel like they really need to get involved in the second map of Dust2, and that is not the opening that they need to work with.
That's not involvement that they wanted to see. They wanted to see Knoxville getting that kill. And unfortunately, it will go against them here. That's the first AWP out of play as well. Bonga still left towards mid in the mid doors area. Playing carefully as the flashbangs go over in the T side. Continue pressing up here. The smoke's down. Flashes over. Rapala standing by with the M4. And Curry's going to get caught off guard as the flashbang fades with the CT first. But he struggles to get that kill. And Bit can get a quick trade for it. Orpa Bonga left alone. Back here towards ramp. Peeks in. Sees one towards Gandalf. What a flick towards Topa. And Leftie and Orbit can come in and clean up the rest of the T side forces. Yes, the AWP does fall. But it's a 1 versus 2 for Goss. He does have the bomb site. He does have a plant. What can Orbit and Leftie do from here?
He's going to be able to get a free bomb plant at least, and what Gospadarov really needs to do is isolate these one-on-one picks, but for the CTs, they're going to regroup together and decide to work the presence together from the long face. Gospadarov not connecting onto that first shot, Orbit to take him down. And for TKA, I'll tell you what, that AWP flick from Bonga at the A bomb site was incredibly quick and a nice shot. So I hope that we see a little bit more from that, considering the fact that they're holding on to the double AWPs.
Navi finally conceding one back to TKA, and I feel like that rifle round could have come in a bit earlier though, had they gone for the eco round in the earlier round. The CT side taking a tactical pause. Their first tactical, I think, in this entire series. I think the first tactical in the entire series actually here, Dweg. So things are not looking good for them. Obviously 2 rounds behind that. It's the perfect chance to try and change the narrative.
And both rounds that TKA have been able to win, Jay, both been diffusers, being retake scenarios. Maybe a bit of a moment to think things over. I mean, especially if these double AWPs can have some impact, because in that last round we really didn't see too much impact being made from them. And maybe that was because we saw quite an aggressive play from Navi Junior out through the short face, but again, one thing that is, you know, in the back of my mind, I know that is a little bit of time ahead of us, Jay, but it's that CT defense from Navi Junior once we get into that second half at the B bomb site. So that's something that we'll definitely be looking out for as we get into the later stages of this second map of Dust2. But in the meantime, M4's across the board to back up the double AWPs, and this could be an opportunity. Ooh. That's a tag at least coming out from Knoxville.
Saw how close that bullet also landed to the player up towards the T-spawn. Good start on the AWP, and Aunkere is going to be very, very low. He's going to look for this kill, but Bit's going to back up his brother and take a 5-on-4 for Navi. Knoxville out towards mid, will face and see another player towards suicide, but he just can't seem to connect these kills. He's landing tags, but nothing else coming in for the CT forces. Short controls have been established. TKA are going to send another player out to aggress against it. Very edge of that smoke. Bit doesn't see him just yet. He does now. The spray is awkward. He does lose the majority of HP, but Navi still have a man up.
No, there's no long presence actually coming out from Navi, so Bonga can actually reposition to the car position and just keep his eyes focused from the long cross, or sorry, through the short cross. Navi Junior setting themselves up for a short take all together at the moment. No single lurker coming out for the T side.
Molotov's down, smokes up, going to force some positions away from the CT forces. The AWP of Bonga will look in, get an awkward flick and miss it out on the first player. So Navi continue to maintain their advantages here. The plant will be secured here. Bit's not ready for the player out towards Ramp. They thought they flushed it out. He'll face in, but Bit will still get the spray on the kill from completely blind. 2 to his name. Kapacho watching the backline. We'll see Knox taking out, spray on Leftie, gets a double kill. And Bonga left alone to save the AWP. Back up towards long. It's gone horribly wrong for TKA.
Unfortunately for them, they're just not able to capitalize on any of the defensive kills. Bonga at least trying to keep this AWP in play and take down a couple of members with him. But all in all, Navi Junior, they set themselves up for a short take. Yes, the utility's strong, but you have to think that they need to be capitalizing on some of the early kills for some of the entries. And for Navi Junior converting yet another round. The money line probably just have to be a half bar, you think. Maybe upgraded pistols around that AWP.
CZs and Deagles and 5.7s coming out of the CT forces. AKs, the AWPs coming in for the T side. Navi Junior. Playing carefully around lower tunnels. Bit knows that there's a lot of short presence here. Flash in from his teammate out mid will allow 2 players to peek but see nothing. They think they might be safe. Chance for Orbit to strike, but he'll get shut down with a headshot on the AK. Here's a bit of an eco from TKA anyway. A half buy at best if you want to consider it even at that. So there's the Deagles hoping to get some picks on headshots. Awkward jump from Bit. Actually, there's a couple of kills, a 2-on-2 actually. And these pistols have done a lot of damage to Navi Junior. Again, TKA doing what Navi seem to do best. Now it's all left to the AWP as Rapala does fall down. The bomb can get secured towards the A site. Hasn't crossed yet though. It's going to be a chance for the AWP to take a frag. The smokes go up and Topa crosses successfully here.
And I thought that Bonga was actually going to try and maybe go for the save, but instead he wants to go for it. 1 versus 2 with the AWP. At this point, he can actually individual fight the duels, but Kapacho finding 3 kills in the end of that round. Now, I'll tell you what, Jay, that was actually pretty impressive from TKA. For not really much to work with, they are constantly finding kills in these half-buy rounds, and it's not even on Dust2. We saw it in the first map as well. Just throw an AWP away, why not?
They can afford it. They don't want to give the second AWP to the TKA side, and they're just like buying those up to get the opening picks down towards mid. Didn't find it. The players crossed. The AWP has served its purpose, or tried to at least, and they can just get rid of that gun and go back to the regular rifles here. Single AWP for Bonga, meanwhile, he's playing out towards the B bomb site. Seen very little B presence from Navi Junior so far. Like a couple of hits coming out in the early couple of rounds, but for the most part, it has just been picks in mid, a little couple of defaults towards the lower tunnels, and executions towards A. And TKA will stack 3 players up over to the A leniency as a result here. They will leave 2 players isolated towards B site, but trying to stop Navi from getting the short control. They'll gain it successfully anyway, and they'll fall back to the site defensives here.
Navi Junior again taking the short face with ease, and TKA forced back into some passive positions over at the A bomb site. I still don't think we've seen any presence coming out to the B bomb site from Navi Junior in this first half. There's been so many A takes, and again they're just going back to what works. I suppose if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, we've seen the lurking plays of at least one player around this B bomb site, but instead, they're going to go for a fast mid to B, so they're actually going to hit the B bomb site for the first time, and it's a great start. The bomb does get dropped, but that's the B bomb site open, Jay. On the lurk play as well.
Still lurking on short, as you say, getting the kill on Rapala, and any chance that Orbit and Knoxville had, and any thoughts they had of rotating towards the B bomb site quick had just been shut down. They've been held back towards A, desperately trying to look for a frag on Navi Junior before will stay alive as they swamp TKA out of the round. Go up 7-2 at this stage on the T side half. A second tactical will get called here. I doubt it will lead to a buy, but it certainly needs a change of pace right now from the CTs.
Yeah, look, things are starting to spiral out of control for TKA. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the first time that we've actually seen a B bomb site hit coming out from Navi Junior. One thing we haven't seen from them yet is any kind of like fast BXE from the upper tunnels. In the last round, we saw the mid to B play. But again, one thing that we noticed from Navi Junior, I mean, we've been able to cast them so many times now, is the fact that they leave lurkers all the time on the T side, especially on Dust2. And what that does is straight away, we see Navi Junior putting a heavy presence through the mid to B. Straight away, it's like for TKA, right, we've got to rotate, we've got to get off A, get to the B bomb site as quick as possible. And then you've just got Bit just doing his own thing. He's making an individual play, he's lurking around the short face, catches off the rotates, gives the information up to his teammates. And TKA, yeah, things are definitely falling apart.
They did bring it close on a comeback in that first map, but I bet some people are praying right now that that's probably going to have to be the case on the second one. Right now, the T side has gone swimmingly for Navi Junior, and it is a T side of Dust2, so, you know, take it as you will. TKA pressing forward here towards the B side. Kapacho will see them incendiary back and try to force them away. A lot of short presence from the CT forces. The kill coming in on top out towards top of the long orbit. We'll go down to Kapacho. Rapala will get forced back out on the short position. Bit here with the AK. We'll establish that short control. Flash around the corner. We'll catch the man off guard. A simple frag coming in for the AK. And Kapacho there to support alongside Bit, getting himself a nice 2K on the short position. Last man standing is Leftie. And this half buy round will go about as well as you would expect it from here. Not a lot of damage done, unfortunately. And Navi will secure the half at 8-2. TKA, they want an investment back. Let's see how many rounds they can recover from here.
I'm just wondering what round it's going to be until we see the triple ups on the city side, because for TKA, honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing it. I mean, it's a very risky play to make, but at the moment, we're just not really seeing too much presence coming out from TKA. Fast presence into the upper tunnel, no quick B execution, but Gospadarov here with the AWP, and this is an opportunity for him, for his teammates just to slow walk in and for him to find the opening pick.
Oh, the flick. Not going well for Goss this time. Bonga had the slow face and the tight angle and connected to the body. Gospadarov is the first casualty in this one. Better start for TKA this time as they hold off against the B defensive. And the first time that Navi Junior really looked for a kill and looked for presence here on the B site. And doesn't go all that well for them. Very passive along the T side line as they counter-rotate back to an A leniency. Even then, they've established long control here. The A site is going to be a hard one to take.
They do have the AWP on the cross at least. The flashbang has got to be perfect to try and force him off the angle. Are we just going to see a dual peek coming out from Topa, potentially? Flashbang out, does land a tag at least, but they know exactly where the two players are around this long face, especially with Orbit peeking out and finding an opening.
Aubrey faces in, takes a fight against kapacho, but he's unable to connect the kill. Neither can kapacho return back to a 5-on-3, and Knoxville presses forward. kapacho finally gets that trade. The bomb's been dropped. The CTs have the info though, and kapacho still fighting. Aunkere will get taken out towards mid, and it's all to the Orp in a 1 versus 4. He'll find nothing more than that one trade kill there. A third for the board of TKA, and it all came down to that first frag. You know, Navi seemed like they were rattled as soon as they lost their Orp.
Yeah, you make a really good point. We saw the slow peak coming in from TKA over at the B bomb site. Bonga starting things off, and for Navi Junior, it seemed like it was just lost, I suppose. Some good picks being found out from the long defensive for the CTs. Gospadarov with the bomb on his back. They're actually going to fake a quick B execution. This could be the quick mid to B that we've seen from them before, and that is exactly the play. We've seen this strat come out before from Navi Junior.
But a missed smoke will throw it off kilter. They find a pick at the very least on Rapala, and that is a good start. They go back to passives on the defaults here, forcing the CTs into awkward off-angle positions and throwing off the defensive line. Had that smoke hit, though, I think they would have gone for a full B execution at that point. Knoxville finding that kill back on bit towards that mid face. It's still a 2-for-1 favourable to the Navi Junior side, though. So, again, they'll be spread thin on the defense. If they look towards mid and short, Knoxville will need to land this kill on Aunkere, but he's not going to see the man. It's not extending out so far in this one. And Navi, with that mid control, just play around the last 60 seconds. Might go and double pump here in the mid to B area. There are 2 smokes for this one. Can cover off CT and go into the B site.
There's only a single B defender. As soon as he gets taken down, this really should be the instant save coming out for TKA, unless Bonga is able to have an absolutely massive round, pick him around the corner, Topa to take him down, and this is pretty much over. 4 versus 2. The retake's probably not even going to try and come out. Orba getting taken down. And now one thing I want to talk about, Jay, in that last round is you spoke about maybe the missed mid-smoke coming out. That was actually missed on purpose. So what Navi Junior are trying to achieve there is, okay, Knoxville's actually just going to have to find a little bit more. But what they're trying to achieve is they want that position to be open to catch off the rotates, because it's completely unexpected for T's to be crossing through mid without a smoke being down. So they miss it on purpose, because that's what I've seen from Navi Junior before. And for TKA, they fall right into the trap. They're not trying to commit to a quick mid to B. They're trying to catch off an individual rotator to get an opening man advantage.
Out towards the longhouse, Knoxville here with the Orb standing by. Aggression is the name of the game for TKA, and they'll make it work for a first kill, but bit towards lower tunnels gets Leftie on trade. Him and Goss, however, are extremely heavily tagged up. This could still be the opportunity for Navi Junior. Gonna work in and get the easy shots though. Incendiary is back on kapacho. He'll make his way through the smoke. The second one will go down. The flashbang over from the CT forces. kapacho has no idea there's a player that just stuck past him. He's playing passive and hidden here. Incendiary is up. Knox will make his way up with an AWP kill. Looking for Topa next. AWP gets another secondary frag and a 3rd kill for the AWP. Back behind the rice bags. 4 frags in total for him, and Bit is left alone. TKA have cleaned up this round here with some fantastic aggression and finding every single man they could.
Alrighty, that was actually a very strong round coming out from the AWPer of Knoxville. They're stepping up with a 4K, and then Orbit just with the wide swing out from the Deagle. Navi Junior 9-4 at this point. And the money line, not fantastic, but still relatively strong. And Gospadarov to start things off. They might now decide to go for a quick mid-take once again, because they've taken out that presence of the AWP.
5-on-4 situation, Navi Junior. And fights, incendiaries, nades up, smokes down. Molotovs on the stairs. Keep the T's at bay as Rapala falls to Gospadarov. 2 frags to his name. Orbit will get the trade back. TKA tap up, sprays through. Oh, they line up for him. Navi Junior getting overzealous, and that's a 3K for the man that might still turn it back to the favor of TKA. kapacho making his way in from the upper tunnels, but both of the CT side players are going to make their way out. Their backs are turned. This could still be an opportunity. kapacho's going to run in with a knife, though. Leftie knows that they're both out here, and he can't hold off. Mistakes from both sides to throw this round off kilter. This is a 2 versus 2. The plant will be secured. The retake's coming in for the CT side.
Wide swing coming out. Kapacho not going to be able to win out that fight, and it's all down to Topa. 1 versus 2, and still has a little bit of utility to work with. Both players are low, turning away from the flashbang, trying to connect onto the first, and so he does, but he needs to follow up again onto Orbit. He doesn't know he's made his way out, but the connection is not going to be found. Orbit, again, a massive, massive round for TKA. 4 kills for Orbit, and that lineup at short, that was incredible.
That was a mistake is what it really was. There was absolutely no reason for Navi Junior to have given up that towards Orbit. The man advantage, HP advantage, and just like that, 1 lineup and 3 kills from the man. The 4th coming in on the B-site retake. That was just not kosher for Navi Junior. And it throws the money line off here for the 15th round. Deagle's out for 2 players. AK's brought in on 3. They have utility, sure. But definitely with a double orb setup in play for TKA, it's a better buy from the CT side.
It certainly is an opportunity for them to be able to pull off 6 rounds on the CT side. Short control established once again. Now, Orbit is on the other side of this. Okay. Like, seriously, what even is that? Like, I'm done. Like, that should just not happen.
CT's waiting through the fire and the flames. Bonga backing up with the AWP. Scope in, takes out Pick to a 4-on-4. Falls back out position and doubles up. Triple kill, not going to get landed, but Rapala's there to back it up. Alongside Leftie getting kapacho. And 1 man in the midst of the smoke is Gospadarov with the Deagle. Will take a fight against Leftie there. He'll win, but no more than that. TKA will secure a 6 from the CT side. And I feel like the end of that half really just fell to pieces for Navi. So many mistakes being made on the T side.
Alrighty, TKA, capitalizing on some of the mistakes. The AWPing ability, I have to be honest, from both Bonga and Knoxville has been super impressive. It's a bit of a shame that they weren't actually able to win out more rounds in that first half. Good B spawn coming out from TKA. This could be a full B commitment.
Well, just initial passive play coming in from these guys. All 5 stacked up here. Smoke down. Kapacho still lands that first kill. Trying to do some more damage and get some more heads in. He's got backup outside of the B doors, and he'll swing out and Curry get a great shot. Kapacho gets a secondary kill, though. The 5-on-3. The bomb's been dropped in the open. CT's on the way back in. Rapala will get Curry next. Kapacho in the back of the bomb site will also fall to the 2K. Bombs picked up, planted down. 3v3 retake coming in as Navi Junior look to go very quick into this one. A nade up on Leftie will do some initial damage, but no kills going back the favor of the CT side. And now the utility comes in, a smoke down towards the tunnel's entrance. They're going to make their way up from the window. Gospadarov making his way in as well. Taps up with a Glock from Knoxville. Can't land his shots, but his teammates do. Topa turned into 1v1. 3 frags for Rapala, looking for his 4th against a 42 HP low CT player. No Kevlar, no kit, and no chance in the pistol. TKA with a 7th.
And there we go. The full B commitment comes out, the lurk smoke, and then the deep molly to back plat. And for Navi Junior, I mean, at least they were there quite quickly on the retake, but in a 3 versus 3, TKA aren't able to clutch it out in the end. The force bite does come through for Navi, and this could be where they're at their most dangerous, especially with the tag coming out from Knoxville to start things off. Okay, Gospadarov, and here comes the Deagle. Ooh, actually, kapacho doesn't find anything with that.
Curry with the other scout trying to make his way in from the window position. The scout shots coming in from Gospadarov as well, doing some damage. Pretty decent amount of damage as well coming in against the T-side line, but more so done to the 2 scout players of Navi. And they're out of dodge. Grabbing their Kevlar, their weapons, their utility in certain cases. They can hold it into the next round and hope that they can use something with the full eco coming in. With the amount that they've had to invest into this round, it just makes a whole lot of sense. TKA will secure 8, but Navi will have a little bit extra in the next round with the buy coming in after that. There's still a bit of breathing room for Navi here.
Yeah, there certainly is. This is a really good call just to go for the save. Especially when you got scouts, you never really want to be retaking that B bomb site. And for TKA, rushing into B is probably the best call once again. I've seen the same strategy come out twice. 3 players staying alive at the end of that round from TKA. Did 1 player go down from the bomb?
I think he might have done. Well, he'll go down from the bomb, but You can go down to Hellcase and use code SLTV15 for a 15% refill bonus. And while you're at it, use that bonus to buy the Hellcase Cup case, where you can fund the prize pool. You can see at the top of the screens. $13,459 currently in play for the top-end players and teams here in the tournament. And Navi and TKA are going to look to try and join them here in their 2 best-of-3s for the evening. They have bought a 3rd scout on the Navi Junior side, though, so I wonder what they're going to try and do with this. It looks very, very awkward from the CT side.
I think that scout, yeah, one of them was actually recovered from Knoxville at the end of that last round because they were able to take down the scout player of the T side, and they must have picked it up from the T spawn position. But for TKA, I mean, really, they shouldn't be losing too many players in a round like this. Yes, there is the 3 scouts in play, and they can certainly do some damage. They've already been able to find a fair bit of damage. Look at this from kapacho at the back of the B-bomb site. If he just lands one more tag, he's going to do so much damage. Oh, he gets another tag, but there's no kills.
But he's done the work. He might buy a chance for the pistols. The scouts continue to take tags. They're on single with double digits. And the Deagle's back out. 5-on-3. Rapala's going to take a face in from the mid position, get rid of the next rifle, and now the Deagles fall out of dodge. How much could you do without taking a kill on the B-side defensive? Finally, something will go well. A 2nd pick as well, an AK and an SMG can get recovered. But if they stick around for exit frags, they could do so much damage to TKA here. Navi Junior only have the tunnels position. They know that mid control was established from the 2 players there, so they'll escape through CT spawn and get away from this one. So no risks taken by Topa and Bit as they go to 9 on the TKA side.
Wow, that could have been very scary for TKA, but they do tie us up at least at 9 apiece. And Topa actually recovers that AK at the end of that last round, which is a big bonus. We should see the AWP coming out from Gospadarov. I wonder at what point we may see the double AWP presence coming out for the CT side. We're not going to see it in round number 19, but we have seen Aunkere doing a little bit of AWPing before. The fast play out through long. This is an opportunity for Leftie. What a strike that is onto Topa. A great advantage to work with, but Bit wants to try and bring it back.
Nade up from Leftie's part will do a bit of damage to the man. Rapala's going to fall to Gospadarov on the AWP as the longhouse control continues to be contested by the CT forces. Navi Junior finally working with the weapons that they have, the rifles in play, and they force the T side back out to vacate long. Go towards short instead. There's Orbit making his way up here, and he might find a kill on Gos, but the AWP has been so effective for this Navi Junior side. If he gets this pick right here, I'd assume it'd be round over. Flashbangs over, he controls, sees one player drop towards CT, reaggresses, misses his shot, and that might allow him into B play. He does shut down Knoxville though, continuing to look for Orbit back, and he knows that one good bullet is all he needs, but he just can't seem to find it, no matter how many chances are given to the man, and Orbit will get the trade to 2-on-2. kapacho left alone to the B side, and the T's are making their way to his position.
And they've completely split the defense from Navi Junior. kapacho has to have a massive hold and takes down Orbit, so at least there's information here. But Leftie, instead of going over to the B bomb site, he's going to go to the A bomb site. This is going to be a free plant if he plants for the short position.
Looks like he will as well. 35 seconds, might scope in, might try to begin take out Bit. But as you say, plant open for short. We'll try and continue around the corner to get to Goose, or potentially to the site. We'll hear the utility coming in, a flashbang evaded. Scope in, misses his first shot. Falls away from the flashbang, gets caught by it, trips into the car, and just can't land it on Bit. 2 kills to his name, and a bit of an awkward round again from the A side defensive. Could have gone a bunch of different ways against Navi Junior. The TKA do maintain their lead here. Oh, sorry, Navi Junior, I should say, maintain their lead. They do get the defuse in 10-9 on the CT board.
Now, one thing I noticed in sort of the middle phase of that round was we actually saw a mist smoke coming out for the T side. We saw it like on top of that ceiling position. Now, what that smoke was meant to be for was a long corner smoke, because sometimes you can mess it up and it lands in that position. And for TKA, that means when they walk out of long that they don't have that position choked off, which they thought they did. But are they going to go back to a BX? It looks like they are.
Very fast out. The flashbang is going to blind off several, and Curry will get the first pick. Sprays in for kapacho, desperately trying to look for one more of his own right, but Orbit will take him down. 3 players are Navi Junior, and they have nothing to do with this. They are out of dodge. Bomb plant secured towards the front corner. And it doesn't matter for Navi Junior. They are saving their weapons. The overwhelming hit coming in from TKA. Again, so confident dealing with the passive players of the CT side. And that's one of the things we sort of noted about Navi Junior yesterday is the fact that this B hit, this B defensive, it can be very, very weak sometimes.
Yeah, look, they certainly need to fix this up. Considering the Dust2 is a map that they played pretty often, their B defensive is incredibly weak. And TKA, after we've seen them, execute to B 4 times, I want to say, in this second half, they might get a bit of an idea that this could be a good point to just continuously try and attack, because it's working for them at least. Like, they're taking damage, but they're winning out the gunfights, and they're opening up the bomb site. I'm not sure what Navi Junior need to do over at the B bomb site, whether they need to play more passive to allow a retake, but their B defensive sucks at the moment. Like, it really does. Like, they've lost so many quick BXs.
I mean, I can't deny it here. It has looked very, very awkward from Navi Junior at times. Their A hits have been a bit more confident. You can see Orbit getting outside, tapping up bit to 10 HP, but falling to Gospadarov here on the TKA side. Navi Junior getting themselves started on a decent, confident line here. Incendiary's back from the CT side. Bonga making their way in. Aunkere spraying through. Leftie takes the kill. Kapacho trades it back to a 4-on-3 situation. And Navi much better with the mid to B hold. Gospadarov gets the kill. And Kapacho deals with Leftie for his own 2K. It's all left to Knoxville. AWP 1 versus 4. He's seen by the CTs. They've grabbed all sorts of AKs out of this one. Might smoke out the B doors, but TKA surely should be left to nothing here against the CT force, and indeed Topa will close it out. 4-11 for Navi Junior, again, continuing to maintain the lead here.
Yeah, look, that was a good crossfire being set for the mid players around Navi. And TKA, unfortunately, they're just not really able to find any kind of openings. They take down one of the B anchors, but there's still another one to defend, and then you get the crossfires being set from the CT position. And TKA this time around, not putting too much presence over to the B bomb site early on. It's actually the fast take coming out from long. Now, Topa would have heard the footsteps coming out from Knoxville, and he still wins out that gunfight. He's going to look for more as well. Oh my goodness, that was almost the second kill. Bit just on 5 HP. Oh, wow.
Oh, gosh! 2 kills. He almost sees the third man, but Bonga finally swings in from short and gets us back to even standings. Even so, the AWP doing a ton of work right now here. Bomb could get faced in from Aunkere, but Leftie's ready for it. So now it's all left to Kapacho. Backed off position. He's making a lot of noise here. Is he going to sneak through the smokes? He might consider the rotation. 2 players line up. He only gets the 1 kill. And TKA responding so well to Navi. It's a neck-and-neck battle here between these two sides.
Yeah, so far we've seen TKA really stepping it up. I mean, they've been able to get double digits in the first map and the second map. Bit having a fantastic game at the moment, 24-11. But this is an opportunity for TKA to really get a lead and a tag coming through from Knoxville as well. And the stack's over to the B bomb site. So as soon as they get this information of both Orbit and Bonga, they're going to be able to call out, A bomb site's open, guys.
Matt 10 will check out all the major positions. The bomb will be staggered on its way here. They have to smoke out the cross because Navi Junior are making their way in. Rapala's not hearing any footsteps. He may get overwhelmed by the CTs if he's not careful. Timing. Kapacho takes him down. It's only a little loss, but it is a rifle for the T side, and that's a pretty big sort of loss for them. The Mac 10, sure, I could give them that, but the kills are coming in for the T side forces. Gospadarov, however, accurate as ever be, taking out Knoxville to the 3-on-3, but that AWP needs to be saved right now for the CT side. I mean, the investment from TK is heavy, so taking out a weapon like this would just be great. Take the AK out as well against Leftie. He's getting very aggressive to Aunkere. No idea he's here in this corner. Orbit takes damage to the Deagle, and they're going to keep them held back as far into the A bomb site as they possibly can. AK taking out 1. So it looks like they'll get away with just this AWP here on the CT side. And finally, as you say, TKA will take a lead, but at what cost to the T side?
Yeah, look, I mean, unfortunately for them, it would have been much better if they were able to hold off some of those players in the end of that round, but they still have the AWP in play for Leftie. This is hyper aggressive coming up from Rapala, and oh my goodness, Gospadarov doesn't win out the opening fight for long. Leftie's just going to run out through the Molotov, and look at the damage that has been done to the T side. Oh, and again,
My feed's died.
Yeah, me too.
And it just died for
That's
you as well. Oh dear. Well, we can already see the damage being sustained by TKA. A kill coming in for Bit now as we rejoin the action in 1:25. The T's have creeped up towards the site. And Bit just can't see one. Flashes over. No idea that this man's still standing here. So Aunkere makes his way up. The Molotovs are going to try and force them away. The plant will be secured by TKA. But a 4-on-3 situation with the much HP damage has been done. Bonga just find a backstab on Kapacho, so they might have a chance here. The Galil on Aunkere needs to be dealt with very quickly, though. He makes his way up to the site in the midst of that smoke put down by the T side. He's there on the default boxes. 2 players to find. Spots one. Did he see the second as well? Rapala's right around here, and the AWP will secure it. Bonga with a Molotov onto the site. The defuse might get forced off, but they're still going to hold on to it. Smoke's down. The AWP a bit is there to support it, and the defuse will be stuck by Aunkere there. 4 kills for Bit on the AWP. And Navi Junior continue to keep this with the evens of the TKA side.
And honestly, what won them that round was probably their utility. They did so much damage with some of those HEs and incendiaries. Even with TKA fighting the opening pick, it was traded right back. And Navi Junior, you have to almost expect that they're going to be able to take the lead back. It could be a fast play into the B bomb site. We've seen the weakness of the B holds for Navi Junior before. Look at this from Bonga. He's made his way out through mid. He can get a bit of information, especially if he takes down one of the rotators.
Burst in, damage done. Bit gets the kill. Kapacho there to support it. The M4 cleans house on the eco round for TKA. Going to get himself a 3K with a spray transfer. Aunkere actually getting the USP kill. Navi Junior again with a lead above TKA. A pause will be called. I assume this is technical in nature. The buy from TKA should be coming in regardless here. The AK-47s are already out for Nox and Rapala. They did go for the eco to save to this buy, and they're going to need to get out as well. Navi Junior are teetering close to the edge of this map victory, and by extension, this series victory.
Now, you know what? If I was TKA, if I was their in-game leader, I would say, right, let's hit a quick mid to B. Because we've seen the AWP of Gospadarov being able to take opening fights from that long face. We haven't really seen too much mid presence coming out from Navi Junior. Yes, we did see them shut it down in the mid to B a couple of rounds earlier, but that wasn't a very quick execution. I honestly think for TKA, I would get the AWP up for Bonga, let him hold from the T spawn, and I would just rush a mid to B into that B bomb site. Because at the moment, that's probably their best bet, especially with the fact that they've only got a single AWP. Obviously, they don't know that. But they've got to think, what has been working for us the best? Yes, we've been finding opening picks out through long with the AWP, but even with the opening picks, they're getting traded back so quickly that it's not really like they're holding on to any kind of advantage.
So, a moment's respite here. Both these sides. Look at those numbers as well for Bit. 29 kills for Navi Junior so far. Easy top fragger in the server. And a crucial element of this defensive line. But can he step up to another level and just try and stop TKA? And the very fast hit coming in mid to B. Smoke's down, going to try and stop him. They're going to actually face towards CT, potentially get taken apart by Bit here. He's got himself his 30 bomb. As Orbit falls, CT's on defense towards B. They've been rattled. Bonga comes in from the backlines, gets Aunkere. Gospadarov there, supports for the AWP. And Kapacho left towards the car stack. 2 players flashes over. He lines up 1, drops that bomb. And Leftie left with a Galil. Spots 2. Sexa spraying towards 1. Damage done towards Gospadarov on 16 HP. And facing him from window. Secondary pick. Potentially the 3K clutch. No. Topa stops it with a headshot, and Navi Junior again get away by the skin of their teeth with a 14th round. The economy's been knocked back a peg for TKA. They might have to play for overtime here.
Look, that was a fantastic round. That was a really good attempt coming out from TKA. What happened through that mid to B smoke, though? Like, there was a gap missing, and Bit's able to capitalize on that. Double aggression coming through the short face with the AWP of Gospadarov going to get boosted up to look into the lower tunnels, and this should be the opening pick, and there it is.
Ooh. Damage, sustained, Deagle out. AWP couldn't get all the frags, but the pistol most certainly could. Bomb dropped, Goss taken out by Topa. You're kidding me, right? You can't be serious.
I was like, who killed him? And then I looked at the score and I was like, ah, that's what it is.
Topa, what are you doing, man?
He was just so excited.
It works either way. I mean, they are up match point. Rifles, the double op setup stays in, and Goss again boosted to this short position.
The problem with this, though, with the aggression coming out through short, is there's not any long presence for the CT side. They've only got a single member at that A bomb site of Topa, and he can't even really take some long-range fights because he doesn't have an AWP.
Utility down, smokes towards Cross. Incendiaries coming up from Navi Junior, holding off the defensive. The M4 spray is not good for Topa. AWP on scope is pixels away from the kill against him. Goss taken out. Bit can respond with another kill. The bomb plant will be secured here. Again, 4-on-3 scenario. Things are looking Gucci. Bit back on the backstab though, still lurking towards mid, and that will force the players to fall back as CT Sport might burst in and get a kill on Bonga, but they are looking to save this one on kapacho. No sense in throwing this weapon away, even though they've got money for the CT force. You'll grab the AWP as well and everything, so. A survival round from TKA. A brilliant way to work back in for the T side, but they need to follow it up with another good round. They can't afford to lose anything from here.
Now, again, I mean, it's another tough call, but if I was TKA, I would hit the B bomb side, just a quick B exit. We saw in that last round that Navi Junior are running a double AWP setup, right? Now, with them, you know, having the idea that they're probably saving a single AWP, we can probably expect a double AWP setup to come out again. Let's see if they decide to go for it. They don't, actually. Okay, so I thought we may have seen the double AWP presence, but in fact, it's just going to be the single AWP.
AWP scopes in for Knox on the T side, looking for that opening kill, and taking a quick pop shot off against them. But not getting a tag and not getting a frag. It's continuing to hold their own in the defaults here. TKA will fall away from that long house position and instead focus fire on the mid control against Navi Junior. They absolutely need to put every foot right. They will slowly make their way up towards short. Not getting too aggressive, but Navi Junior very passive, so the main worry, the main concern, the main challenge is going to come in the actual execution itself.
Pretty slow round coming out from TKA. One of the slowest to get map control that we've seen from them in a while. They've taken the short presence, but nothing out from long. Navi Junior. And they do have that AWP currently looking at the short position. Could reposition and currently around that car area. Very passive stuff from TKA, really slowing it down, but it looks like it's going to be a full short commitment. They're all regrouping together. An opportunity to execute up to the A bomb site. Resmoke coming in from Navi Junior. Look at the aggression coming out from Bit as well.
Rapala can catch him off guard. Here come the smokes. AWP of Gospadarov misses his first. Does catch Rapala on the second face. Looking for a bit more, but the heads are too hard to hit. He will scope in, double up, looking for one player to pop his head up and get that kill on Bonga. Incendiary back to the back of his sight. A 4-on-3 has been gained by Navi. 15 seconds as well. The nade could have denied the bomb plant, but it won't do just yet. Incendiaries and Molotovs flying from both sides. Orbit's going to go falling, as will Knox. All left to Leftie. 1v4. And he will hit the floor instead. It will be 16 for Navi Junior, 2-0 in this series. They will move on to the qualifying match today. And a hell of an effort thrown up by the Junior squad here, Dweg. And a good effort for TKA as well. You know, that was still a very, very valiant sort of matchup. 2 16-13s from these guys against a squad that basically wrecked the whole competition last night.
I'll tell you what, TKA was really impressive. You know, the guys never heard of before. But look, that's always what you get in open qualifiers. You don't always get upsets, but you always get teams really showing up. You know, the unknown entity, the unknown players don't know what to expect from them. And to be able to put up that many rounds across a best of 3 against a team like Navi Junior is a massive achievement. But for the CIS lineup, Jay, like you said, one more best of 3 is all it's going to take to make their way through to the Hellcase Cup 8 group stage.
Well, that is going to be it for myself and Dwayne tonight. Yumi will be taking you through the second best of 3 of the evening. That's going to be between Navi Junior and Aalborg Rebels. That's coming up in a short few moments' time. So thank you for joining us, and stick around here for even more of the Hellcase Cup. There's a lot more action to come over the next few months, and it all has started in this weekend. So stick with us here. We'll be back after this with the final match of the day.